Go back to it. I want to get with Monica. So I want to do Monica's. Should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hey Gilby, having a good time so far? Oh, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, wanna share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ahaha! Don't worry, Gilby. We're all embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all need to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica my poem. Great job, Gilby. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Huh, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? I like Suori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness or sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, while I'm assuming Yuri has it at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. She'll end up trying different things a lot. I could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this again. It's okay. I love to see you try new things. Excuse me. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ahaha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. So I'm pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, it's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the well. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. Alright, peer inside for a clue. Is this like a scrolly thing? Yep. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Oh, it's okay. Oh no! Yeah, that kind of style has gotten really popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. Guess you could say I have some kind of epiphany recently. I've been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kinda nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something done on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So if you move your hand and go with the flow, that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, let's talk to Yuri. She'll like my poem. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? What? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth at first, but then ends up covering her whole face. It's gonna hate me. What? Really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. A breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, it's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just mean, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. Traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up some of them. Oh, that's BS. I think the most notable thing I recognize as new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they try to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Stammering is completely gone, she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. Shouldn't be talking about people like that. Well, Monica said all of you guys were biased, so... Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing for myself, to me. Excuse me. Oh, to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Sorry. I'm moving to get more cozy. Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be the literature club? The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing the air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Oh. Well, I just don't read script very well. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's only our first time sharing, I want to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into Ghost Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Gilby. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. But remember that the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's expressive. Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could possibly learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Gilby. Ah? Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? I don't really care what they think about my poems. Go Natsuki. I don't really like Natsuki more than Sayori, even though she's kind of mean. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. Oh, that's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I actually kind of like that one. So at first I'm like, okay, this seems kind of stupid, but at the end, I think, okay, I actually like that one. I like the other two girls ones too, but I thought that one was cool. You can go. Bugs me when I don't clean. Yeah, told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. I actually do. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of writing poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Where it's, not that beating around the bush shit, Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for the rhyme at the end and then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went to it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I didn't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki's feeling proud when I don't take that away from her. Okay, Sayori. What's up with you? How do you write? Ah, this is a good poem, Gilby. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. Just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the classroom. Of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Gilby. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. Something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. But you know, I also joined to get with the ladies, so knowing how much that means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alrighty. Whatever you say. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? I guess I have to. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. I'll see about that. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead held me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. Secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this just guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. Can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that means a little bit, makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. Came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you're late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. So much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Ooh, the ladies love our poem. Phew. I guess that's everyone. We glanced around the room. It was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. So as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. No, they weren't. They were praising our poem. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watched each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? You completely missed the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Ugh. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Look at that! Look! She's like... Ugh. I don't know if I want to go after Yuri anymore. I want Monica, but now it's not letting me get Monica. So then I have to go for her. And then it's like... Oof. Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Ciara liked it. And Gilby did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Shit. Gilby liked my poem too, you know. Oh. He even told me he was impressed by it. Suki suddenly stands up. Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Gilby appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Gilby started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... It doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as they noticed I was standing there. Gilby. She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She should get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. Then it wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Gilby. Wait. It's the reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Gilby? Well? How did I get myself dragged into this in the first place? Not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they probably think of me more highly of me. I agree with Natsuki. Like, I agree with both of them. Like, I think you need, like, a little bit of both. I think it just depends for what style you're going for. But I think Yuri was the one that started this. So I'm like, we already know Natsuki has a short temper, so Yuri shouldn't have even tried anything. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that... I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, didn't it? Aha! Shows how much you know. That's not... Natsuki, I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can be definitely hard. Looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Shiori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so... You don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Sweetie voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean anything by what she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Gilby. Jeez. Natsuki takes a deep breath. Thing about, excuse me, Natsuki glances around the room. But everyone stops staring at me. Surprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Shiori and Monika looked away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Ooh, did you hear my neck crack? Ooh! Oh, okay. That's all I got. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Shiori? I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. Sure she appreciated it, Shiori. Pats Sarah on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone read each other's poems, right? I hope it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Gilby. And be honest, nice change of pace from the lazy around we got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining that atmosphere? No, not at all, not at all. Still time before we go home. So, we'll relax for a little bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. Well, you know, from what I'm getting from this, the ladies love our poems. They love us. So, I think this is a good place to stop this episode. I'm gonna save quick. I'm gonna save. So I don't want to ruin anything. Haha. And I believe my microphone is on. Otherwise, I'd really suck. Okay. Bye.